Donald Trump. I doubt there's a soul out there who isn't familiar with the name, nor the bearer's eccentric, if not unpredictable nature. However, what most people do not know about the former president of the United States is his deluxe castle-like resort, the renowned Mar-a-Lago. And that is what we will be exploring today. What is life like in Mar-a-Lago, really? Despite the fact that Trump has resided in the White House, various penthouses, and numerous mansions, it is reasonable to argue that no home is more renowned or more indicative of his luxurious lifestyle and extravagant preferences than his upscale seaside country club. The 128-room home Mar-a-Lago is located in Palm Beach, Florida, situated on 20 acres of gorgeous waterfront land, and actually stretches the length of the island it lies on. Marjorie Merriweather Post, a rich serial heiress, had the home constructed in 1927, and Donald Trump paid $5 million for it in 1985. By 1995, he had transformed the property into a fully fledged, extremely exclusive club with a European palace theme. Trump dubbed the site the Winter White House, which is appropriate given that the original owner, Marjorie Merriweather Post, initially intended for the estate to serve as a getaway for presidents in office. Thanks to Trump's extravagant taste, significant restorations, and the resort's size, which includes 58 bedrooms and 33 baths, it is currently valued between $200 million and $300 million. After purchasing the mansions, one of the first things Trump did was add a 200-square-foot ballroom with $7 million worth of gold leaf decor. In this ballroom, he wedded Melania and frequently makes fun of the notable visitors, including Hillary Clinton, his political rival. But Trump's passion for gold doesn't end there. 4 gold-plated sinks cost him around $100,000, and he also lavishly furnished the mansion's several rooms with chandeliers, antique oriental rugs, and Flemish tapestries from the 16th century. Additionally, there is a pricey 1927 Steinway baby grand piano that is estimated to be worth between $70,000 and $150,000. The enormous dining room, which is modeled after Rome's Chigi Palace, is pure art down to the formal dining table. Thanks to all the pricey furniture and antiques which he purchased with the estate, Trump also modified a coat of arms for his family, substituting the Latin word for integrity on Post's third husband's coat of arms as Trump. Trump has also held retreats and functions at the club for himself as president. Early in February 2017, he made his first trip there as President of the United States for the Red Cross Ball, and the following weekend, he received Shinzo Abe, the Prime Minister of Japan.
It's an honor to have you in Florida with us. It's an honor to have you at Mar-a-Lago, and an honor to have you in the United States.
He has also entertained other foreign leaders at the resort, including Chinese President Xi Jinping, with lavish meals and parties.
It's a great honor to have the President of China and his incredibly talented wife.
And he made his selection for National Security Advisor Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster while at Mar-a-Lago. Another benefit of the property is that Trump International Golf Club, situated in Palm Beach, is only a short helicopter flight away. Trump has ensured that only the wealthiest visitors are drawn to Mar-a-Lago in order to pay for everything. He constructed numerous practical amenities such as a spa, beach club, tennis and croquet courts on the resort's grounds to pique their interest. Prior to taxation and the $2,000 minimum yearly food expenditure required of each guest at the club members used to pay an initiation fee of $100,000, as well as $14,000 in annual dues for entry to the estate. The Mar-a-Lago initiation price rapidly increased to $200,000 once Trump was elected president, but it appears that the increase was worthwhile. Since then, Mar-a-Lago has maintained a largely positive net worth. In 2014, Trump earned about $15.6 million from the club. However, once he was elected president, his annual earnings increased to roughly $25.2 million in 2017 and then slightly down to $21.4 million in 2019. The club is also worthwhile for visitors who have memberships. Access to opulent swimming pools, beaches, dining areas, and private lounges is granted to them. For private events like weddings and charity functions, they can also rent out entire rooms, like that magnificent ballroom. The government accounted Accountability Office estimates that Trump's travels to Mar-a-Lago cost the public at least $13.6 million in 2017. The amount of money Trump has made from the property is largely the result of the incredible deal he managed to score when he first purchased it in 1985, for about 10 times less than what was originally spent building it, despite the fact that all of the trips throughout his entire presidency may have cost them more than $60 million. Let's quickly review Mar-a-Lago's incredibly rich history to better comprehend how it came to be so well known. Marjorie Merriweather Post, the first owner of Mar-a-Lago, was once the richest woman in America. Near the end of her life, she had a net worth of about $200 million, which, when adjusted for inflation, is equivalent to roughly $1.5 billion today. This very wealthy woman inherited her father's successful Post and Cereal Company after he passed away in 1914, which is how she became so affluent. Soon after his passing, she began construction of Mar-a-Lago, with precise notions about what luxury should look like, which included a substantial library, a lot of artwork, and gold accents. She had invested almost $7 million in the property once development was finished, which is equivalent to more than $120 million now. In 1973, Post made the decision to give the U.S. government the treasured house so it could serve as the president's winter White House. But in 1981, the government gave it back, claiming that the $1 million yearly upkeep expense was too high. They chose to designate it as a historic landmark instead. According to reports, Donald Trump had long held aspirations for the estate and made a sizable first offer of roughly $28 million. However, he was refused, since the estate was in fact a piece of protected history. But ultimately, Trump struck it really lucky. He was able to purchase the property for just $5 million, or around $12 million today, when the price crashed. All of Post's furnishings and antiques cost him an additional $3 million, $7.2 million in today's currency. After that, Trump jumped right into the renovations, maintaining Post's sumptuous aesthetic while also incorporating his own touches, such as a glitzy gold-framed photo of himself. Mar-a-Lago is a location that many people have long wanted to see, but without a membership, you can only travel as far as the gates. The estate is thought to contain hundreds, if not thousands, of intriguing antiques and secrets that have yet to be discovered because of its extensive past. A few of these mysteries were exposed by Anthony Seneca, Trump's former butler and Mar-a-Lago's unofficial historian. He claimed that the library is filled with rare first editions and century-old books that are practically priceless, which he has never seen any of the Trumps read. He has also discussed how the Trump family raised Trump's children in a largely and equally glamorous, secluded portion of the house. What the Secret Service will do on the site now that Trump has left office is a major secret as well. He will be accompanied to his Mar-a-Lago property, which he has designated as his official residence, by a few Secret Service personnel, because U.S. presidents are protected long after they leave office. Although they are unable to disclose any details regarding what those renovations entail due to security concerns, it appears that work is already in progress to create a Secret Service-approved wing. Remember that while President Trump charged the Secret Service for rooms at his club, which came to about $650 a night per room, and that it is anticipated that Trump could easily add $1 million worth of renovations to the mansion to make it suitable for the Secret Service and to amp up its security protections. This will give you an idea of how much it might cost. Since visitors are continuously traversing the site and taking advantage of all its amenities, it might be challenging to keep the former president safe at all times. The mansion has been compared to a palace. As such, there are many rooms and areas that need to be covered in order to ensure sufficient safety. Mar-a-Lago is well known for a variety of things, some of which are debatable, but most of them have to do with Trump's desire to keep his resort as opulent and exclusive as possible. Trump has had his fair share of issues with Palm Beach over the county's property laws due to his particular taste. His 80-foot American flagpole was illegal in Palm Beach in 2006, and a $250 daily charge was assessed. Trump filed a lawsuit for $25 million, alleging that the county's rules infringed on his right to free expression. Eventually, a deal was reached. The flag was placed on a 70-foot pole. and Trump gave $100,000 to veterans charity in lieu of paying the penalty. This time around, Trump sued Palm Beach County in 2015 for airspace. According to him, the county was intentionally and maliciously directing departing flights from Palm Beach International Airport directly over Mar-a-Lago. However, following the 2016 election, the lawsuit was abandoned. Mar-a-Lago may not always be rosy, but it's safe to say that the luxury complex has captured the interest of Americans, with its lavish furnishings and much more lavish membership fees. It's difficult to predict whether the club's revenue would rise or fall in the wake of the election. Trump is reputed to be quite involved in the club's operations, constantly seeking feedback from patrons on what they liked and what the staff could improve upon. It's conceivable that his return to the club may enhance its offerings even further and even draw additional visitors curious about joining a club owned by a former American president who also resides there. There is no doubt that Trump got a good deal on this historic estate, and there are probably even more mysteries and priceless items hidden behind its doors that we may never even be aware of. Clearly, there's quite some reasons to want to join the Mar-a-Lago Club. Do share yours. And if you enjoyed this piece, hurry and click one of the videos on the screen right now.